Okay, time for the third video. This time we're going to talk about photos in iMovie, and we're going to talk about how we move them around. And you would think that, for example, here I am on this second to the last picture in the first row. You would think that if you clicked it down with your left mouse, that you would drag it over here or drag it back the other way and it would change positions, but it doesn't. Here's how you have to do it. You have to click it. It puts the yellow frame around it. I let the mouse back up again. I click it again. This time I can drag it. You see it moving. You see the green line. There's a green line showing up right here. That shows where I'm going to put it down. So what I did was I swapped these two pictures. If I take this, this is an eagle's nest here, and I'm going to move it from this place here over to this place here. What I have to do is I have to click it, get the yellow, let the mouse back up again, get the yellow frame around it, click it again, drag it over there. The green line shows up, and now the pictures have switched. So that's certainly simple enough. There's some other interesting features here though. One thing is, how would you change this configuration of this screen? See, we have a big portion across the bottom, we have the big picture on the right, we have all the little pictures on the left. So the question is are there other choices? You would think that you could move this middle bar here between the big pictures, the big picture on the right and the little pictures on the left. You would think you could move this bar back and forth, but you can't. What you have to do is move this big silver bar that's right across the middle. If you drag it down, notice how where the big picture is shown, it gets much larger, and where all the little pictures are shown, you get more rows, but fewer pictures in the rows. So you can move that up. You see how the big picture is now way over here on the right, and it's got smaller, and then you can move it down. So if you wanted to see a bigger image of your picture, that's how you would do it. You would move this silver bar up and down. So another thing is that these little pictures are in sequence. This is the very first one, and then you go across from one to the other to this fifth one, and then you start on the next row, etc., etc. Right up here, there's three little dots. If you click that, what it does is it puts all the pictures in a row instead of being in multiple rows. And I'm moving my finger across my mouse, and I can slide down. So I'm now seeing all the pictures exactly in sequence and not in one row to the other. To turn that off, I go back up here and I click those three little dots and they go off. Here is a really nice feature. Instead of having all your little pictures up here, suppose you wanted them down in the bottom. And the way you do that is over here, see the little pointer, there's a couple of little arrows. And if I click that one time, it swaps. Here we go. So there's all my little pictures across the bottom. See, I've only got two rows. Well, actually you can scroll down and see other rows. So now I've got more pictures in a line, and yeah, so it's just a different configuration depending on what you wanted. So here again, so to put them back again, to put all the little pictures back in the top, push this little swap button over here on the left-hand side, right next to the camera. Boom, and that swaps them. So here again, if I wanted to move this last picture, if I wanted to move it two places to the left, I would click it, get the yellow band around it, click it again, drag it over. My green line tells me where it's going to go. I lift my mouse, and there it is. If I want to take it back again, it already has the yellow line around it, so I don't need to click it except just to start the dragging process. So I click it down, I start dragging, and I move it over to the right. So that shows us how we would move pictures in the in sequence from one place to the other. Shows us how to change the configuration of the screen, making my big picture bigger. And if we use this swap button over here on the left, oh, I'm sorry, this little guy up in the middle up here, that allows me to put them all in a straight row, if that's what I wanted to do. Oh, at the bottom here of this row, it tells you that this picture here starts in 5.2 seconds. This one starts in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So that would show you, for example, if you wanted to know how far it was to a certain picture, this picture right here, for example, starts at exactly 1 minute. So that's that could be handy. All right, and if I click those three little dots up there, it puts them back into the multiple rows. Alrighty, that's video number 3. Thanks for coming.